As again, everybody, welcome in on Carl. Join me on a trip down to somewhere on the Broads, not quite sure yet. Gonna cast some baits under some trees and that sort of thing. Trot some worms about. Maybe free lining, whatever I need to do to get a few bites. And yeah, see if we can get a few fish. It's afternoon now, I've been working all morning. That's now coming up to 1:30. I was up at 6 and worked till about 12:30 and thought, right, I'm going to get the old rods out for a few hours, see if we can find some fish. So here we are. We're now coming through Sturlam, just come through all the back lanes. Got Sturlam Tesco's on the petrol station. If you turn left here, you end up at Richardson Sturlam, where all the boats are. But we're going right, I think. I quite often do this. I'll head towards the Broads and I'll just go left, right until I end up at a bit of water I fancy giving a go. So I'll head down this way. I'll pop your bag in and out every now and then. Let you see where we are, and hopefully we'll be there fairly soon. And we'll get a rod in the water. I did pop over to Latham's at Potter Heigham a little while back and got myself a tub of worms, some hooks, some bits and pieces for the tackle box. You know how it is. Right, so let's move along here and think about where we're going to end up. Rods out in the water there. We've had a couple of taps already, which is quite cool. This is the swim we're in at the moment. Nice little area. Little flow going through, but it's not really moving that fast. Got a net down there. Bag full of gear. Bit of groundbait and some pellets there. And a tub of worms. I've got some sweet corn and pellets and stuff in the bag as well, but I'll be using worms sort of to start with really, and hopefully we'll get a few bites on them. See how we go. We've got another angler just down the river there in the next swim. We've got all his pike gear out, so hopefully he's getting a few as well. And let's see if we can get a few bites. We are right next to a bridge and road and stuff, so there'll be a little bit of traffic noise. There's not really much I can do about that. But if we can get some nice fish, that'll be all good. So let's do our best. Put some bait around the swim and see if we can hook up some fish. So I've just mixed up some ground bait. We'll be putting that in the next cast. And let's see if we can get a few fish. Had a couple of bites already, so that's good news. Bit of a pain here because the trees hang over. I normally use my short rod, but it won't set up today, or it won't be ready to go, so worm's still looking good. So let's have a few casts around the swim and see what we can find. Plug up the little feeder. We've just got a little feeder on today, little tiny one. That is going to be a pain to cast, like I say, but nothing we can't deal with. Let's go over that way a little bit, shall we? So See what we can find down there. I always do that when I come to a swim. I'll fish there or fish there. I'll keep trying spots around the river until I find somewhere where I can hold a few fish and get plenty of bites and hopefully hook up. So fingers crossed on this cast. We'll get a bite and we'll get a fish. Not expecting to get loads and loads of fish. It's not packed with fish, this bit of the river, but some of the fish that are in here are really good fish. There's some big perch and really big roach. I've had a few roach that have been there sort of well into the £2 mark. And I've had plenty of perch, sort of £1.5, £1.75. Which I know is not massive, but it's not bad for where we are. Plenty of people walking over the bridge and that, taking their dogs for a walk, and people just going places and doing things. Got a little bit of wind howling around behind us, but nothing too crazy. You can probably see the trees and that are blowing. I actually think the angler just a bit further down is actually packing up. It's the best part of the day, the best time to get a bite. Late afternoon and into evening. Always seem to produce the better fish. So I've been sort of down there under the tree now for, so I think it's then got a bite. Probably 10 minutes or so, maybe 15. I've had a couple of little taps that look like bites, but nothing sort of pulled the rod round. I was about to bring it in and sort of try that way, but we had a couple of little taps. I think I'm going to anyway, because normally if you're going to get bites in the area, it's a pain, these trees. Should move over really, but I like to fish here. Yeah, normally if you're going to get bites here, they're going to be sort of fairly quickly. If you land on the fish, you normally get bites fairly fast. So they're normally shoals of perch down here. Not always big, but normally tells you where the fish are. Right, we're going to go to the left this time. Just down the side there. It's very close in, there's literally only a couple of foot down there, but the fish do patrol along the edges sometimes, so you have to just sort of try all the areas and work out where they're going to feed. Normally once you get them going, like anywhere else, you're in the water, 10 seconds later you're getting taps, but sometimes in the winter it is a waiting game. You have to sit back and wait and just wait for them big fish. So I've sort of had to go to the left, had to go to the right. I'm now sort of chucking in front of me about 10 foot from the bank, something like that. Not in the middle, sort of quarter of the way across. See if there's anything down there. There's plenty of traffic going up and down the road. The other chap down the right hand side there has moved on now. He's packed up and gone home by the looks of things. Haven't had any more bites yet, but fingers crossed. We've got a nice chopped up worm bait on at the moment. Seeing a couple of fish move on the river, just small stuff coming up to the surface, but they are just little tiny things. It's quite windy, it's right on my face, which is a bit of a pain, but I don't mind that, I can put up with that. It'd be nice if I was getting a few bites there. We started off okay, we had a few bites at the beginning. So, still no fish yet. I just had a little did bite just then, but they're not really pulling the rod and hitting it hard like they would normally. They're just little taps. They could be little rough and stuff like that. But normally that'd rattle the rod quite well. There is also crayfish along here. I've seen them along the edges before because that's quite clear along the edge there, you can see out quite a way, and I've seen them all walking along and, you know, digging in the mud and stuff, going through the roots. I've been here a little while now, and to be honest I did expect to have a fish by now, even if that was just a small perch. But like I say, sometimes you do have to wait it out down here and just sit back and wait for that really good bite, and normally that will be a really good fish. We have got floodwaters at the moment, and the river is really high, and that's a lot more murky than what it would be normally. I can still see down at the edge, but only about a foot out, just over a foot out. After that, it's murky, muddy water. Whereas normally that's quite clear, it's normally crystal clear, you can see quite a lot. Oh, we got a bite, and that was a proper bite, definitely, 100%. That was a Come on, give us our first fish. It's also nice for me to be able to work out what's actually in the swim, because then I can bait up and put the size hook baits and stuff like that on according to what I've got down in front of me. That was a nice bite that time, that really hit the rod. Come on. Well, I'll keep an eye on it. And obviously if we hook up and I bring something in, you'll be the first one to see it. So I'm getting lots of taps and pulls on the rod tip, but I don't think they're fish. I don't think they're crayfish, because they're like pulls. They're not like not away it goes sort of thing like a fish does. But I did have a really decent fish roll in front of me just now. Literally, I don't know, a minute or so ago. Which I'm guessing was a chub or a trout, something like that. Literally rolled right down in front of me where I'm actually fishing. Which is not something you normally see down here. So I've got a bite again now, but I think I would have hooked up, but I'm going to keep striking at them as though they are bites, because you never know. Something there is really having a go. Pulling like mad, but so I'm pretty sure they're crayfish. It's quite annoying. It's a pain to grab all the line with these trees here. But normally, when you got crayfish and that down in front of you, because you do get a lot down here, you can normally feed them off by putting a load of this out. And getting them to either fill themselves up or just move away from that spot. I've got to keep going down there because, as I say, that big fish just rolled down there, literally right on the spot. So I know there's some big fish in the swim. Just got to get one to take a bait properly. I'm going to put a couple of these down here and try and get them into that spot, I think. Just a couple of free balls, I think, just to have an area where I can just keep feeding. And if there is a couple of decent fish sort of mooching about down there, we should get onto them, hopefully. Cool, it smells lovely. Come on, fishies. So, still no bites, not actual fish bites. I'm getting a bite every single cast, but they're crayfish. If you watch, you'll see what I'm dealing with. There you go, look. Getting bites already. But they're not bites. They're just crayfish pulling up the baits. Cast all over the river, and it just seemed to be crayfish all over the whole area. I ain't been here for a whole year now. Last winter was the last time I fished here. But I had some really good fish. I had some big roach, some big perch, some chub. It's a shame, really. That's what's down there. Look like bites, don't they? But they're definitely not. I've struck at loads of them, and I'm not hooking up to anything. Obviously, I'll keep doing so, but I'm pretty sure they're not. Let's have a strike at this next one. You watch this next one, I'll be a fish. Just because I've said it. No, I'm pretty sure that's just loads and loads of crayfish down there. The trouble is I've baited a few spots. And they're just sitting there waiting, I think. But I've literally cast all over the river now. In all different areas. And that's not really making any difference. See where they're just like grabbing hold of it and pulling it down, a bit like crabs do when you go sea fishing. Oh, look at that! I'll strike it. Look. Oh, really? Oh, it's actually a fish this time. Unbelievable. There's no way that all them other ones were fish. We got ourselves a perchy, so we ain't blanked. That's one good thing. Let's get him off. To get in well, I'm going to have to get the old disgorger out. Bear with me. So we did get ourselves a Mr. Perch, but nothing too crazy, nothing too big. Let's get him back in. Right, so let's get this bag out there. I've rebaited. Not going to put any groundbait in this time. Cannot believe, I knew as soon as I said it. There was loads of crayfish down there. That's what the bites were. I'll get a fish. Unbelievable, isn't it? No, but there is definitely 100%. Lots and lots of crayfish down there. Whoop. Just put the old tackle box back in the bag. I had to get the Don't know where I put it now, don't I put it back in the box. I had to get the old discorder out. I've got a couple anyway, but don't want to what be leaving anything anywhere. Let's see if we can get another bite then. Actual fish bite. That looks like a crayfish pool to me. But you never know. Might be a few perch down there now. It's gotten very dull. I might get absolutely poured on in a minute. Doing, 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 it's just doing, 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 doing. Pull. Well, I'm not getting the knocks as quick as I have normally. Normally within 10 seconds they've found the worm baits and they're tugging like mad at them. The crayfish I'm talking about. It seemed to have not happened on this cast. Could be because it's gone really dull. The crayfish are gone back to their homes, you know, where they live in the holes and wherever they go. Saying that, I just had a really big pull. So I'm back in the car. It's a pretty hard session. Oh, got a bug in here. Pretty hard session because couldn't get away from them crayfish. Every single cast they found the worm baits. That was just really annoying. I kept trying and trying, sticking it out, moving it around the river, all different spots, doom, 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 you know, all different areas, closer, further. Just didn't work. Really annoying. But we didn't blank. We got the one fish, even though it weren't nothing, you know, huge or anything like that. But we still got a fish, which was pretty cool. So sorry about that, everyone. It was not really much I could do. The crayfish found me and basically wiped me out. So thanks for watching anyway, and I hope to see you in a future video with lots of bigger fish this time. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.